This video is sponsored by Kershaw, Next Level Pocket Knives. Use discount code 20archery23 for 20% off at kershawknives.com. Hey Archery Talk, this is Lucas, and tonight I want to talk to you a little bit about the double vision system from Specialty Archery. I did a video on this, I don't know, maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago, a long time back, when I first got this set up, and I used it exclusively for indoor for quite some time, mostly because it took a little bit of the pressure away from me as far as my sight picture goes. And so if you don't know, double vision system, basically it puts a colored disc that covers most of your lens. If I'm shooting a 5-spot, I'm going to have a red disc on there. If I'm shooting a 3-spot, like a Vegas face, I'll probably use a blue disc or another darker color. And then it's set up for me personally. How I've got mine set up is so all I can see on the 5-spot, or all I could see in a Vegas face, would be like the equivalent of the 9-ring. So in the 5-spot, I could see the X and the kind of the 5-ring in general. And if I'm shooting in Vegas spot, I could see the 10 and the 9. And that's ideally what my sight picture is going to be. There's no dot in there whatsoever, so there's nothing blocking your sight picture. One of the issues I've been dealing with for a long time is, especially in indoor, is I almost try to want to look underneath where my dot is in my scope, or if I'm shooting a pin, the same thing. And so I think they call it like the peekaboo, and it's not good. So I figured I'd break out the double vision system again. And that's what I've been using for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 times I've been to the range trying to get things under control again. It's not, I wouldn't call this a fix. I would call this maybe just a tool to experiment with. And again, I've used this for a number of years. There's different colors. I think you can get a yellow, you can get a blue, red. I think there's one called smoke. It's almost like a blue-gray. So you can kind of pick your color preference that fits you best, and you can there's different sizes of like the openings in each of the double vision setups. So if you want this to see the smallest sight picture possible, you choose a smaller opening. You want a larger sight picture, you can see a little bit more, you can choose a larger one. And the idea for me is that when I come to draw, I'm just trying to get it so I'm seeing just that 9-ring or just that 5-ring in a 5-spot target through that spot, and I'm trying to center that into the double vision kind of opening, and just focus on that, and not really focus on holding a sticker or a pin directly on the spot. Again, I wouldn't call this a cure for target panic, which is something I've suffered with for a very long time, but I would call it maybe a potential tool, especially with the indoor game, to try to, a different approach and try to see the target differently. I don't know that I'll stick with it forever, but for indoor, I've had success with it in the past. There's some give and take with it. Maybe I don't know if I'd be quite as precise with it as I would be with a dot that's holding right in the middle if I'm doing that. I'm just not at a spot right now in my skills and my confidence where I'm doing that enough, so that's why I'm breaking this out and giving it a shot. So, I've had this for a number of years. Especially Archery has a bunch of cool kind of target archery products. This is one of them. I would go out there and have a look at it. Again, they're nothing to do with this video. I just was using this again. I thought I should tell you folks about it in case you wanted to learn about this yourself. So it's really just an indoor archery system. I don't think it's really meant to be used for outdoor. It definitely wouldn't work for 3D. Maybe outdoor, like at 50 meters if you're doing that kind of world archery type shooting. But I think it's really designed specifically for the indoor game and the folks who, like me, who can struggle sometimes and figuring that out. So really, that's what I've been working on lately is 5-spot, just trying to get my indoor game at least to an acceptable level. It has been rough. That is a combination of a bunch of things, my long-standing issue with target panic, and maybe just a lack of confidence in shooting and a lack of reps. So I'm trying to get the reps going so I can maybe try to get a little bit better. Again, I'm not a pro archer. I'm never going to be a pro archer. I just want to be a little bit better, and I'm trying to hopefully use a tool like this to get me there. Tonight, I shot a couple rounds of 5-spot, and it's been, it's not been super good for me. I'm having a lot of issues right now, and I don't actually feel it's as target panic related as my issues normally are. I feel it's more just maybe something's wrong with my form or my setup. I'm having a bunch of nice ends in a row, and then all of a sudden I'll just drop my bow and the arrow will fall off into oblivion last second. It's super frustrating. I wish I could figure it out. That's the goal for me in here, and I'm going to keep trying to peg away at that. I was planning on, I was going to go to a tournament this weekend. There was one not too far from my house, a 5-spot tournament, but I'm just not shooting well enough, or I think that's probably good for my mental state to be out there trying to shoot for score when I can't shoot for score when I'm alone in the shop. So again, anyway, I'm just working on it. It's a problem I've been working on for a long time. One day maybe I'll be okay enough to not worry about this problem and just go and shoot and have fun. I have moments of this. I have a couple, a couple years ago, I felt like I was my 50-meter game was the best it had ever been. Then the floor fell out of it again. So that's the trials of like an average archer. And so if you're an average archer and you're trying to get better, there's some tools out there you can use it. The double vision system is a fun one for me to play with. Again, I don't know if it's a long-term solution, but it's another tool in the toolbox to try to use to try to maybe just have a different sight picture and maybe try to get just a little bit better at target archery. I think that's about all I got for you tonight. Not a whole lot, but thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Helps the channel an awful lot, and we'll see you soon.